Hello again peeps, thank you for clicking on the video. Today I'm going to be doing a full review of a rifle I've had for quite some time now, and I've been putting it off and I decided enough was enough. So without further ado, here is my review of the HW100T. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, please stay tuned. Okay, so I'll just tell you a few facts and features about the rifle. So like I said, this is the HW100T, so it's the standard length and not the carbine. The rifle's total length is 1058mm with a moderator fitted and 980mm without one fitted. Its barrel length is 410mm and its weight unscoped is 3.4 kilograms. They retail for around £850 to £900 depending on where you buy them. And in my experience, most RFDs don't stock them as a standard, and the reason being is the HW100 comes in a good few different versions, and most people seem to favour the KT version. So I won't go into the detail of all the different versions. This is a review purely on the 100T. So they come in 177 cal, 20 cal and 22, sub 12 foot-pound and FAC. The moderator comes as standard, along with two 14-shot mags and a field probe. The stock is made of walnut, and it has a nice rubberised butt pad fitted to it. And on the later models, the front screw that holds the action to the stock doubles up as a QD stud for attaching slings or a bipod. Okay, so the rifle's cocking system is a side lever style that is superbly designed and an absolute pleasure to use. There's never a struggle to use it or to probe home a pellet. And it even has a built-in feature that prevents you from being able to double load the rifle. It requires very little effort to operate as it's spring loaded, and the actual cocking point is done here at this stage. So at all this point I'm actually stopping it from flinging open because like I said, it's spring loaded, and that tension goes about there. And then to actually cock the rifle, it's done there at that stage. And then it's just a case of pushing forward the lever and you're good to go again. So to load your magazine into the rifle, you first load up your pellets into the mag, which is again superbly designed and very simple to use. It's made of a single piece of metal and has a small set of O-rings on it. So I'll just take it out. You can see here it's all one piece of metal, and you basically get an O-ring that fits around the outer side of it, and that's to just help retain the pellets. And as I said, it's very simple to use, and that's it. There's no other parts to faff about with or for you to lose, and you can even fill it up using one hand if needs be. I mean, I'll do it with two hands here just to kind of show what you've got to do and not have to faff around too much, but it can be done using just one hand. And then all you do is pull back this, so like I have done, insert that where it needs to be, like that. Make sure you've got it aligned up properly, return the magazine catch forward, and then push forward the side lever, and that's it. You've loaded up the magazine and you're good to go, with 14 shots I might add. Okay, so at this stage I'd just like to point out that the safety can only be made operational when the rifle is cocked and not at all beforehand. I believe it's what's known as a manual selective safety. So once you've gone through the process that I've just demonstrated, you want to get in the habit of putting the rifle on safety straight away. It's a good habit to get into, and I really like a safety that works in this way, as when you're out hunting or around others, it's an easy way to quickly ascertain whether the gun is live or not, rather than having to discharge it in a safe direction, for example. Likewise, if you're at the range getting your blink on, it's nice to not have the faff of constantly taking it on and off all the time in between your shots. Okay, so the trigger on this rifle is again superb. I'll just give a quick demonstration. I'll cock the rifle and there's no pellets or magazine in the rifle, and it's pointing in a safe direction. Not that it really matters, because like I said, there's no pellets in there. And the first stage of the trigger is there, and then to let the shot off, it's just a tiny bit past that, and there's no creep whatsoever, and it always gives a clear and crisp performance. So again, just a quick demonstration. There's the first stage. You might even be able to hear that click. It comes up to a short positive stop, and then just the slightest bit more pressure, and off goes the shot. which is an absolute joy to use each and every time. Okay, so the rifle's rail, it's in two parts, as you can clearly see, but what you can't clearly see is there's this helpful little grid system on top of the two rails that helps act as a reminder of where you mounted your scope last, should you wish to remove it for whatever reason, and then put it back on again at a later date. Okay, so obviously you would need to make a note of where it was in relation to the markings, but either way, it's a really helpful feature to this awesomely designed rifle. So you can just about see it here where my finger's sliding back and forth, and you can't see it there because of the way the light's catching the metal, but that marking is also on here on this side. So like I said, it acts as a bit of a helpful reminder to where your scope is should you ever want to take it on and off again. It's also worth noting, if you didn't already realise or see, but thankfully the mag does not sit proud or above the rifle's rails, so it won't interfere when mounting the scope to the rifle. So when you put a magazine in, it doesn't sit above this point, so you can have a set of clamps anywhere along there pretty much apart from that, without worrying about the magazine coming in contact with the tube of your scope. Okay, so as you can see, the rifle is fitted with a nice and easy to read pressure gauge. Unfortunately, it's situated at the end of the rifle, so you're kind of forced to look down the business end of the rifle should you wish to read it. But on the flip side to that, and as a bit of a testament to BioArc's superb engineering, they've made it so it's like a colour coded system. So if the needle's in the yellow section, you obviously want to fill your rifle up. If it's in the red section, you've filled it up too much, and if it's in the green section, then, like, you know, it's kind of the Goldilocks zone, as it were. It's in the perfect section, like, or stage of fill, in order to get the best results from the rifle. Okay, so now I'll just cut to some test footage where I'll show the rifle's muzzle report unsuppressed, and then again while it is suppressed, and I'll also show some footage of me running it over a chronograph. Okay, so I'll just do a quick sound test with a decibel meter displayed so you can see what the reading goes up to. The ambient noise level is around about 43 to 44 decibels. Okay, so I'll do 2 shots without the suppressor on, and I'll do 2 shots with the suppressor on. And I'm in a field right now, so I'm firing off into a safe direction, and with a bit of luck there shouldn't be any impact noise, so you're purely just getting the sound of the rifle. Okay, so first shot unsuppressed, I went up to 96.0 decibels, and then second shot unsuppressed, 95.8. So I'll just fit the moderator. Okay, so moderator fitted, first shot, 81.4, and moderator fitted, second shot, 81.9. So as you can see, it's a fairly quiet rifle, and especially with the moderator fitted. Okay, so again, I'll try and keep this short and sweet. I'm going to do a quick chronograph test. I've got 5 types of pellet to use. I've got JSB Exact 8.44, JSB Exact Heavy at 10.34, RWS Superdomes at 8.3, and Air Arms Diablo Field at 8.4, and then H&N Field Target Trophy at 8.64. Okay, so the first 2 shots using JSB Exact. That's 768.2. And 780.5. Okay, so the 2 shots using JSB Exact Heavy at 10.34. So that's 702.9. Second shot using the heavies. So that's 701.0. Okay, so there's 2 shots using RWS Superdomes at 8.3. First shot, 782.8. Second shot, 782.8 again, ideal. Okay, so 2 shots using air arms Diablo field at 8.4, 776.8 for the first shot, for the second 777.8. Okay, last 2 set of shots using H&N field target trophy at 8.64 grain. First shot 764.6. Last shot was 763.2. Okay, so just to have a quick look at the chronograph results then, I'll give the highest reading from each of the 5 sets. So, using JSB Exact at 8.44 grain, the highest reading was 780.5 feet per second, which equated to 11.42 foot-pounds of energy. And using the JSB Exact Heavy at 10.34 grains, the highest feet per second was 702.9, which equated to 11.35 foot-pounds of energy. The RWS Superdomes at 8.3 grain produced the same feet per second each time, so that was 782.8, which equated to 11.30 foot-pounds of energy. Using the Air Arms Diablo field at 8.4 grain, the highest feet per second was 777.8, which equated to 11.29 foot-pounds of energy. And then lastly, the H&N field target trophy, weighing 8.64 grains, the fastest feet per second was 764.6, which equated to 11.22 foot-pounds of energy. So that's a big thumbs up for me. This rifle is a heck of a consistent rifle, if you ask me. I'd say the general output is 11.30 foot-pounds of energy using any type of pellet really. I mean, granted they all kind of roughly weigh the same, but there is a slight deviation throughout all of them pretty much. And the rifle, you know, the regulator and all the rest of it deals with that and gives you pretty much the same power output each time. So like I say, big thumbs up, that's what you want to see. Okay, so I'm just going to do a 5-shot grouping at a target I've got 50 metres away. Obviously the gun's rested, so I'll hopefully get some decent results. Just wait for the wind to stop. All 3 pellets are pretty much touching each other, and by the looks of it, dropping by about 2 mil dots. Yeah, exactly 2 mil dots because the wind didn't take the pellet that time, and it's actually hiding behind the 2nd mil dot the pellet hole is. Had a bit of a fly at that time. Okay, so there's the target all the way down there at 50 metres, and hopefully my GoPro picked it all up. Okay, so I'm just going to do a 5-shot grouping at 50 metres. The scope cam's not really playing ball at the minute. I can't get it to focus perfectly, but I'll do the best I can. So I'll aim at the little pin that's holding the paper up. I won't bother doing holdover or anything like that. And I'll just take 5 shots from a rested position and see how I get on. Yeah, cheers cows. You've had all afternoon to do that. Okay, so that was 5 shots at 50 metres. Okay, so just to give you a quick close-up of that 5-shot grouping I just took, and as you can see there's 5 shots there. 4 of them are all going to fit under a 5p piece, and unfortunately I just pulled the last shot that I took because obviously I'm on camera and I was rushing and I wanted to get it perfect, so that's the way life is. But I'm happy with that, especially to do it on camera. You know, there's 5 shots there that are pretty much inside a 5p piece, so it's clear to see that this is an extremely accurate rifle, and once you've pellet tested and you've found a pellet that it likes, there's no reason why your rifle wouldn't group like this out to 50 metres. So as I say, there's 5 shots there minus that 1 shot. They all fit underneath a 5p piece, so for 50 metres that's good going. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying the review so far. I've been here for quite a few hours now making this review, and it's turned into a really lovely evening, so I can't promise anything, but what I'm going to do is take you around with me now, and hopefully I'll get a few rabbits in the bag. As I say, I've been here for a few hours, so it'd be a bit rude to go home at this stage. It's just getting on for about 7:10 in the evening now, and as you can see, the sun's come out. It's an absolutely lovely evening, so it'd be a bit rude to go home now and not have a crack at the rabbits. And as I say, if I manage to get any, I'll include it into the reviews footage. Like I said, I hope you're enjoying it so far, and I hope you found it enjoyable, and stay tuned. Okay, so that pretty much brings us to the end of the review, guys. I'm sorry I never managed to get either of these kills on camera, I don't think, because my GoPro was playing silly buggers with me. And as you can just about see, I'm losing light really fast now, so I've been at this permission for several hours today doing the review, and I managed to top it off with a couple of 60-metre rabbits, so I'm really pleased with that. As you can see, this shot placement on that rabbit was absolutely perfect for a 60-metre shot. It was probably one of the best ones I've made, and it was such a shame I didn't get it on film. And the same for the other rabbit. I won't give you a close-up of that one because it's quite a bloody image and I don't want to disturb anybody. If you've got any questions about the rifle or about the kit I was using today, or if you're looking at the rifle thinking, is that standard or not, does that come with the gun and I didn't mention it in the review, please feel free to ask. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible and give an honest response. So, as I say, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you are thinking about buying yourself a HW100, just go and get it, because they're an absolute mint of a tool. I've got loads of rifles, and I've got to be honest, this is one of my favourites. And as I say, in the future I'm going to treat myself to a Part 007. Next month's my birthday, so I'm going to pick one up then. And hopefully in the future I'll be able to bring you a little bit closer to the action while I'm out shooting, because I'm really trying to make my channel a hunting channel, but it just, for whatever reason, I can never seem to get my camera equipment to play ball, and I've decided enough's enough. So in the near future I should be able to bring you that action a lot better. And as I say, in the meantime, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up.